What's that beep then?
Oh, that's just a police radar. They're completely legal.
I've come to Miami to meet Rich and John. They're both Gropers, at least for now. Groper is a nickname given to fans of the far-right streamer Nick Fuentes.
I broke up with my last chick. She was a pain in the ass. So.
A common stereotype of Gropers is that they are incels, involuntarily celibate.
Yeah. You know, like, I've gotten in arguments with some of them because, like, they're like, we hate women. We hate, it's like, bruh, like, do you want to reproduce or not? Like, we don't hate women. We just find feminism annoying.
Jews.
Do you want to reproduce or not? Ooh.
Are running society.
Because of his hateful rhetoric, Fuentes has been kicked off major social media platforms like Instagram.
Hitler, if you can hear me, please save me.
But Gropers like Rich and John run fan accounts that post Fuentes clips all over the internet.
It's not about me, though. I just want to be a good representation of the movement.
100%. I feel like clipping is a selfless act. You know, we're not getting paid by anybody.
Yeah,
The Most America First
We're
content.
not getting paid. We're doing it for the love of the game.
Exactly.
This is
That, by the way, that is how a lot of boys go viral. A lot of unpaid people are basically working on their behalf. And that's how the boys stay viral, because their fans, boys specifically. I mean, obviously we know with like, there are girl bubbles, that fan cams and stuff like that. But this is how the boys also stay. It's the same mechanism. It's the parasociality, right? So they feel like they're really doing something.
a spiritual battle.
I first met Rich a few weeks earlier at a campaign event for James Fishback.
We're done with the politics in the classroom, okay? You are not to be telling the white kids to apologize to the black kids.
A political newcomer
When has that ever happened? See, they have to make up fiction to be oppressed. That's the difference. White people have to make up fiction to be oppressed, and the rest of us just exist in it. They actually have to create a narrative. When has a white kid had to apologize to a black kid in a classroom just because he was white? Do you know what I'm saying?
who is running for governor of Florida and who's been embraced by Fuentes and the Groper movement.
Wasn't too long ago that we wouldn't have to ghost somebody just because they voted differently from us. That we didn't have to block somebody because they retweeted Donald Trump.
Oh, okay, this is also a myth. This is also a myth. We used to be friends with people who were different from us. Weren't you imprisoning them, killing them in the streets, literally taking away their civil rights, firing them from their jobs? Okay.
Heaven forbid, agree with Nick Fuentes.
I asked Rich, given all the hateful things that Fuentes has said, why he's such a fan.
It's all jokes. And the things that aren't jokes are very clear and obvious for most of us. But then you get these crybabies that are like, no, this is, oh, he hates everybody. He hates immigrants. He hates Jews. He hates black people. It's like, it's totally not true.
Hate written off as humor.
I like white people.
It's a defense of Nick Fuentes and of people like him that I've heard before.
I just find it extraordinary that you would think the Holocaust could ever be something that we could joke about.
Why, too soon?
But Fuentes' audience and seemingly his political influence is growing. So in coming back to Florida, I hoped Rich and his friend John could take me deeper into the mind of a Groper.
Cool. Very simple layout.
You decorated for us.
Fuentes has tried to take ownership of America First.
You decorated for us.
Native Americans beware of foreign influence. What?
Fuentes has tried to take ownership of America First, a term first popularized.
Oh, yeah, because they call themselves Native Americans, right? Didn't they co-opt Native American? Didn't the white people start calling themselves Native American? Right?
More than a century ago by anti-interventionists opposed to US involvement in World Wars I and II, and then revived by Donald Trump in his first presidential campaign.
Do you remember when you first heard of Nick Fuentes?
Yeah, so when I first heard of him,
Notice the suits they're wearing. This is why I said it's interesting that people choose to wear suits, because it's now in politics been co-opted by the right. Not literally, not always, but generally online. If you see young boys in suits, they're conservative.
it was actually in 2022 when him and Kanye went to visit Trump.
Are they at dinner at Mar-a-Lago?
They had the dinner at Mar-a-Lago, and I heard he's just like this white supremacist Nazi. I was always skeptical of those accusations because I'm like, everyone gets called that nowadays. But then as I got to know Nick, I'm like, this is all kind of a farce. And sure, maybe he does stuff to be edgy and make jokes, but we're young, we just want to have fun. And with these older people, we want to get a rise out of them, especially these MAGA Fox News boomers. Like, we want to get a rise out of you.
How many Gropers do you think there are?
Millions.
No.
Yeah, I mean, the MAGA movement's dead. I think any young person looking at the MAGA movement is like, we've been totally betrayed on everything. I was with the guy since...
Do you like their hand movements? Look at their little... Listen, listen, listen. I love men. I love their feet. I love Elon. I love his feet. Even though he hurt my feelings super duper, I forgive him. Look at the little hands, little Andrew Tate hands, little Trump hands.
I was in middle school. I would sit at the middle school lunch table and debate other kids about how.
Bro, I love a Justin Bieber haircut with an ill-fitted suit. Like, that's what I'm saying. They're playing pretend adult, and I don't think that's their fault. I think they're victims of, this is their victimhood. Like, these are victims. Do you know what I mean? But they are playing pretend. They're playing pretend adult. You know what I'm saying? And it probably feels really great to LARP an adult, you know?
Sounds great, you know, and it is personal. You know, you support a guy for so long and you believe the things he says, and it's all a farce.
What is it about Nick, do you think, that makes him so appealing to particularly young men?
There's a side of comedy. Like, there's politics, and it's kind of like Trump, you know? Trump is just genuinely funny. He's a funny guy, and that's very attractive.
I would just take away the right to vote for tons of people. Women, for sure.
How do you know when he's joking and how do you know when he's not? Because he says, like, women shouldn't vote, but that's not a joke, right? He means that.
Yeah. It's still a joke, though. It's like, we're not going out of our way to repeal the 19th. You know what I mean?
He's
Like,
trying to get under people's skin.
But you're saying you don't believe that Fuentes believes that women shouldn't vote?
No, I think he does believe that.
You think he believes that they shouldn't vote?
Yeah.
Do you think that?
he probably does.
So it's not a joke. Do you see the mental gymnastics of what just happened?
Deep down.
So he's not joking.
Yeah, but he wouldn't do anything about it.
But we know that's not really in the
We're not trying to
cards.
change that.
Yeah,
you know what I
okay.
mean? Like, we can joke about it and say, oh, wouldn't it be funny if women couldn't vote and it's up to men to decide who's president?
When I say
So it's a joke that's based off of a reality that will never make happen, except we want people in office who are like Nick Fuentes or Nick Fuentes himself. But it's just a joke, trust me. Now, would I be too sensitive to think this might be real? I feel like he might be a little serious.
women's rights, what do we obviously need to do? Take them away. This is just obvious. This is what everyone knows needs to be done.
And do you think they should have the right to vote?
I do not. No, absolutely not.
It seems that even among the Gropers, it isn't always clear when Fuentes is joking and when he's not.
And then if you're like going on a date with a woman or whatever,
I would still
Okay, I'll do you one, because chat says common right wing tactic. Everything is just a meme, but it's deathly serious. Okay, now here's a challenge, right? Left wing tactic by non-deconstructed people. We're fighting fascists. Can you please not try to like hold me accountable for every wrong thing I do? There's literally a monster coming through the door and you're trying to fight me on something right now. Okay, but the monster is still like, I don't know, like 2 continents away. Before they get on a ship and come all the way, could you like maybe like get your shit together? Right? They're like still pretty far away though. Like, I'm asking for bare minimum here because that's what it sounds like to me. The whole women shouldn't vote sounds like the same thing to me. Like, oh, he's not that big of a deal. He barely did anything to his wife. Why should women care about this? This doesn't matter. Trans people do not care. Women do not care. This doesn't matter. This sounds like the same thing to me. So I shouldn't care that Nick Fuentes is trying to take away my vote because he's not. It's just like a joke that's real. And I shouldn't care that Hassan is mocking a woman and objectifying her on stream because we have bigger things to worry about. So all these men and all these groups are telling me, don't worry, it's fine. Trust us. And I feel like we've been here before. And what I'm understanding is that I definitely shouldn't trust any of you. Sounds like all of you are lying. Or I should trust you and then see what happens? I don't know. I don't know.
joke like that.
Yeah.
And
if she's offended, I wouldn't be dating her
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly.
I think women should only be allowed to vote if they're
Oh, if I'm dating her and she's offended, I would break up with her because she's not my girl. Oh, we're on the same side, but if you criticize me, like, it's over. We're not building coalition. Yeah, people are right. The left can't build coalition because we have pretty strict standards about bigots in our groups, unlike the conservatives. So you should be happy the left is so divided because we have problems in our community.
And
if she's offended, I wouldn't be dating her
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly.
I think women should only be allowed to vote if they're married because I think if they were married, they would vote with their husband.
Rich, do you think?
Which is true and which happens now, which is why white women do vote conservative because they're married to conservative men, which is why they're victims of patriarchy. Because women who are conservative do vote like their husbands. And I'm telling you right now, that's the problem. That's why I say if you get women away from their husbands, they're less likely to vote conservative. But because they're victims of patriarchy, they can only think of their safety and the safety of their children. And I'm saying this is the dilemma. I'm saying the dilemma is patriarchy. Yeah, that's true.
Women should vote?
Sure. Let them vote. I don't have an issue with it.
You don't?
No. Let them vote. I mean, I think we need to win through politics. We need to have a massive coalition.
Why do you think women are divorcing their husbands over voting? Do you remember that happened a while back where I think it was Matt Walsh or some conservative said, if my wife votes differently from me, like I'll divorce her type thing. And I'm saying, yeah, well, to be fair, if my husband voted differently from me, I'd divorce him too. My wife's not allowed to vote for Trump. You know what I mean? It's just a values thing. But I'm saying you're married to men who would vote against your basic rights. That's what I say. When you date people, no matter their gender, because Blair White exists and Ariel Scarcella exists. So make sure you're not dating a conservative gay person. Go check out my Bert Simon channel where I did a commentary video on gay but not queer because it's different. Okay? Queer politics are queer philosophy. I'm in a queer relationship, a gender deconstructed relationship. Queer philosophy is the tenet of our union because ultimately I was not going to build a union with someone going to, be in union with somebody who is going to throw me under the bus because they felt like they knew better for no other reason than being assigned male at birth,
And we're going to have women involved too.
You're turning some heads here, guys.
That's for sure.
Rich is 23. John is 25.
They're babies. They're literally babies. And they have nothing else going in their life. And so they're like, I'm 25. I have nothing else going on in my life. This is giving me purpose. And so here they are, laboring for free, existing for free, and just like lost. And the only guide is Nick Fuentes. And I'm saying this is propaganda of patriarchy. And yet look at the propaganda that they're so easily willing to parrot. Women shouldn't be able to vote. If they do vote, they should vote like their husbands. Damn, bro.
Both came of age during the rise of Trump, COVID, the Me Too movement, and what many young men like them view as the excesses of cancel culture.
So when the cameras turned off, are you guys going partying tonight? What are you doing?
No.
We'll probably go to
I'm
Hakkasan.
gonna push this guy to go to church tomorrow. He doesn't know it yet.
Oh.
He's mad. I just
hear
put him
that.
on the spot. We're going Orthodox church tomorrow.
I don't know where the nearest one is.
Orthodox?
I'm Orthodox. Yeah.
Are you?
No, but I'm Catholic, but all my friends are Serbian.
Yeah, I'm
I said bad, yeah.
Oh, you're Slavic.
Maybe we'll go to a Catholic church tomorrow.
Yeah, I can send you some if you want.
Oh.
Really? What's your number?
too.
What just happened? Did that blue hat? She was like, ooh, swag. She was like, that blue hat. Shima the Baba Brono Roho Kucha Alamin. She's like, get it? What the heck, girl? What are we doing?
Rich and John seem like pretty normal guys. But the man they most admire spews so much hate.
You think Hitler was very fucking cool?
Yes, I do.
One of them.
And I'm tired of pretending he's not. Darth Vader is cool. Hitler is cool. What is it about Hitler that's cool? Why does it tickle? Because what Hitler represents is if white people didn't give a fuck.
Actually, technically, Hitler represents if white people give a super fuck because he gave so much of a fuck that he decided his fuck was the most important to give. So I don't really understand that, but you do you, I guess.
Fuentes said he thinks Hitler was cool and awesome.
It's like, I'm
Cool. Why do you say it like that?
Obviously, what Hitler did isn't cool and awesome. It's
Cool.
like they're saying he was all dressed up in his stuff and he had his army, and he's like, it was cool. Like, as a person who likes history, seeing a leader, he compared it to like a villain.
That's a good first date question. Do you think Hitler was cool? Like, I can't believe that would be a great first date question. So, like, what do you guys think about Hitler? Bro.
In a movie.
We get it. I mean, it's inflammatory, but if you understand what he's saying, most
I'm
of his
just at
jokes.
the point where people don't ever get criticized for actually doing stuff that hurts our country. So, like, if someone makes a joke, he's not even in political office, it shouldn't matter that much.
Oh, because he's just a guy? Guys, he's just a guy. Nick Fuentes is just a guy. You know, all these boys, just guys. Just cute guys.
If he's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, let's compare. Look at what Trump's doing in Iran right now.
American
We're
blood
talking
is on
about someone
Trump's
joking
hands.
about the Holocaust. It's like school kids joke about the Holocaust.
Yeah.
These men have come to see themselves in Nick Fuentes. His cancellation across social media platforms they view as part of a broader attack on men like them.
You look at his audience, they feel like they can relate to him because they're young men. A lot of them can't get girlfriends. A lot of them are struggling financially. They're not going to have the life their parents had, their grandparents had.
That's literally all you gotta do. Clip Nick, shut the fuck up. Like, nobody cares. You're not him, bro. You'll never be him. You'll never make it. Just kill yourself.
Soon after I left Miami, pictures John posted of our interview on social media got...
Is this person saying, this person in chat's like, stop Fed posting, and then if you look at their history, they're just mad that I criticized Hassan? You know what I mean? Is that what you're doing? Is that why you're in my chat, or do you want to take that back? What do you mean? Are you or not? No. You good? Hold on. I'm looking at your chat history. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like you commented a lot. Wrong area of the stream. Oh, wait. So am I Fed posting, or is somebody else Fed posting? Are they calling you a psyop? I don't know. Are you chill, bro? Are you good? Am I misreading it? I might be misreading the room. You let me know if you're a good one.
Fuentes' attention. He wasn't happy.
How about that CNN thing? Oh my gosh. These like two absolute chuds. Oh, look at us. We're in our Nick Fuentes t-shirt and hat with our knee socks pulled all the way up.
Fuentes posted into his Telegram channel.
Oh, somebody was talking about vigilante justice a while back. Oh yeah, we already went over that conversation. I thought you said I was Fed like posting like stop, you know, about Nick Fuentes. I was like, I'm literally covering Nick Fuentes. Anyways.
What the actual fuck is this? Do not claim to represent me if you are dressed like that and are plus 25 BMI. As a matter of fact,
what? No. Do not claim to represent me if you're dressed like that and are 25 BMI. As a matter of fact, nobody represents me. Am I plus 25 BMI? Nicholas J. Fuentes. Nicholas!
Nobody represent me at all.
Because Fuentes posted this, many Gropers turned on Rich and John and began threatening them on Groper Group.
Wait, what? Rewind. Oh, he's fat shaming his audience. He said you're fat, bro. Did he think his audience wasn't? Because this is what I'm saying. You can be fat in my audience, girls. I love you. You know what I mean? He's fat shaming his audience, bro. Rip.
BMI. As a matter of fact, nobody represent me at all.
Oh, he said if you dress like that and you're fat, don't be a part of my audience.
Because Fuentes posted this, many Gropers turned on Rich and John and began threatening them on Groper Group audio chats like this one.
Dude, I cannot wait. I honestly, dude, can I keep it a buck? I can't wait for this guy to be doxxed and have his life ruined forever. Honestly, that's where I'm at.
That's crazy. No, it's not crazy.
Like,
Rich and John did not want to be interviewed again.
How's everyone doing tonight?
But John posted a 30-minute video on social media where he tried to defend his Groper honor.
I consider myself a Groper, and I know everyone's saying I'm not a Groper and giving me death threats and telling me to kill myself and that they're gonna rape me, and that's fine. I don't really care. I knew that it was gonna be like that and they would try to get me with gotchas, but they didn't get me on anything.
In it, John lays out the details of our interview.
They asked me if women should be able to vote. And
the mom in me feels so bad for him. Like, bro, your friend's bullying you, bro? Are your friends bullying you? Oh, baby, come home. You don't need friends like that. You don't need friends who are going to bully you. Those aren't your friends. Come on. Come home. I'll make you food. You don't need to hang out with those. They're losers, bro. Let's go find you some more friends. Have you heard about Pokemon tournaments? Like, why? These are not your friends, bro.
And right away, people are probably going to say, oh, this is a gotcha question. And my buddy said, sure, fine. But I actually didn't say yes.
Like, why do you watch my show? Why do you like me?
Fuentes was mocking them.
They're sitting there in the Airbnb, leaning forward like, all right, yeah, Groper. Spilling to the CNN journalist, he's gonna make them look like complete idiots.
But here was John, still trying to placate the hate.
To anyone that, you know, I might have offended or thought that I was trying to sabotage the movement, I am sorry.
Wow, they fucking heartfelt apologies to Gropers and Nazis. God forbid you give heartfelt apologies to people of color and women and gay people. Fuck. You see, they have feelings. It's just put in the wrong direction. That's what I'm saying. He feels feelings. Just, I wish you would refocus those feelings, you know, in a different way.
Given a lot.
Chad says, hot take, I'm not at all sad for a racial misogynist. Hot take, I can feel empathy for absolutely every single person on earth. And if everyone can do that, I think there'd be less bigoted people. But because we can't do that, we become bigoted people. I think the engagement of being able to be empathetic is not so you can excuse their behavior. It's so you can remain dignified in your humanity.
A lot of the terrible things that the guy said during our interview, I can understand.
But to be fair, you don't have to have empathy for them. You just can't become hateful because of it. So if you really can't enact that empathy, okay, just don't become hateful because of it.
Understand that maybe some people watching this will think, okay, well, they deserve this now. But these seem like two pretty normal guys who've been dragged down a very dark rabbit hole, and one that a lot of young men are going down.
I've gone through a lot, so this isn't gonna like deter me or stop me from doing what I'm doing at all. So I'm gonna just wrap it up by saying, I love America, I love my family, friends, and I obviously love our Lord and Savior, Jesus.
Ugh, don't even talk to me about Jesus Christ, okay? Yeah, man, I really feel for the children that these boys used to be. And I really do think it's important to feel empathy for everybody, but not by force. If you really can't empathize with them, you don't have to. It's not gonna help anyone necessarily for you to have to empathize with everybody, but I think it might hurt you in the long run if you hold on to anger and hate and it ends up being turned on yourself. I cannot tell you how many times I physically hurt myself because the world was such a bad place. I was physically self-harming just so I could feel in control of something in my life when the world was so messy. So as a queer kid who suffered in this world the way that I did, I just know until I let it go and until I could be empathetic, I couldn't really be it for myself, So just some food for thought. You don't have to feel a deep sorrow for the individuals that died. I get it. Or who exist on, I was thinking about Charlie Kirk when I said died, or that exists on your screen. I just hope you find some way to be kind to yourself and others,